Right. Da, da, da. I mean, it looks great on camera here. Except wonky. Checking it can see all of me.
Do you want me to do anything?
No, I don't think so, but look, it looks quite nice. The backdrop is lovely.
It sure is. It's a good place.
On the screen it looks fantastic. Very simple sequence. Glow when it goes darker. Wow, the colour's amazing on yours. Oh, I need to have this bright one. I think as soon as we get started, I'll take my pink coat off.
That's pretty good videos, huh?
Brilliant. It's amazing. Yeah, it's on my iPhone. And I always both of those things to go up. That grey blanket's yours. This colouring's better though, isn't it? Almost as if I planned it with the blue. I don't know what I'm doing, apart from 4 moves. Hello, hello, is there anybody there?
Za minut, dva. Evo za minut, dva će to. Nemoj to dirati, nemoj dirati. Sad ćemo namo, mi vam možeš napred tu čekati. Dođi, Ana. Aj vozi bicikla, a mi još malo napred tu čekati. Ona će doći s ove bande. Ne, tamo, dole. Nemoj tuda priko ovo.
It actually looks better on a screen than it does in Try not to be disappointed. Sunset.
Have you heard of this guy? This Franjo Pahar. I'm organizing a traditional after New York hike to Platanza. You haven't heard of it? Yeah, because you're already going up there for years.
Did he email or is it a
Well,
Facebook
it's like
message?
some kind of like I got connected on some kind of like little group here. I think it's the people who went to that coin event a while back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So there's Mario. Well, Vedran didn't go, but Mario, Slavica. I'm assuming that's she's the contact for that. Yeah. I guess I'll reply later. I mean.
Is it from that's from the Beautiful Nomad?
Yeah, it's like.
And he just said, oh hey, just thought I'd and he remembered that I'm and so he said, see you in Zadar now. Hope to join you guys.
Zato sad si malo pričao da znaš. Lipše ti kad se vidio ljudi igraju. Cimaju se. Kak ja im kradnu opike.
She basically decided.
저기 가서 얼른 타자.
And I spoke, although I was already right, because I was already connected with Mark and no. It was like, yeah, well, you know, she wasn't really very interested in when I was a nobody, you know, but when she saw I was getting a lot of coverage, it was like, oh, okay, she should be.
No, that's exactly what
She could be used. She could be used.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Oh yeah, and I'd actually, because yeah, I'd invited her to some that's it. I was doing yoga for the first yoga class. I think I'd invited someone to me. Arch enemies. Absolutely hate each other. Can't bear each other.
Ali pitaj
Oh
njih.
yeah.
Ko je bili
Yeah.
zadatke?
So I didn't know that.
Primjere, ne da oni te šalju svoje zadatke, nego primjere, kako? Valjda mogu.
I'd love to.
And I'm, you know, big.
And Nancy was trying to introduce me to.
She could train him.
Yeah.
It was me who introduced Nancy to him.
So Mark had some. That's good.
Oh yeah. So, well, I'd invited Solboard and Nancy, you know, just like that.
Yeah, you know, they're just. Yeah.
Sort of not knowing anything.
Yep.
then, you know, a few months later, you know, saw that it was getting, you know, what I was doing was getting noticed, people were, you know, doing all this stuff. It's like, oh,
Plus it's
I
what,
should ask them, is it one of your friends?
oh, I know.
Friends, and then she, and
Black Croatia, okay, I've heard about one, yeah.
Becky Sylvester, she's really, really smart, really cool. So there's kind of like
That's what
this
usually one.
I mean, honestly,
just seems to and actually I don't get very good, I don't get good energy at all.
Vučeš i rukavice. Ovo nešto
that's, well, I told you. Did I tell you what I did today? I've got I mean, you know, people have done it, you know, but it was as if I was like, oh my gosh. Hey there. Long time no see. How are you?
Hey. How you doing? Pretty convinced. Really? Yeah, I'm kind of hopeless. Yeah. Yeah, would you like some glow sticks? You're the first one here, thank you. I was just... Well, yeah, I've got a lot of people say they're constantly no happy with Turkish Russian. Yeah, I forget, I mean, the races, I was not tired. Can we get that?
They last like, these last for a few hours.
The big ones or the small ones?
Both of them.
For sure, international New Year's Eve.
International. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Who else is
Are you going to be here for New Year's? Oh, that's right. You guys are going to go up there. Well, I don't know. We have to see. Like, there are people coming in after Christmas, and I need to see what they're up to, because, like, I mean, I would consider going, but I would want to meet people here.
Yeah. And you didn't have like option to organize.
Well, I figured that there's the Famous is having a New Year's party, and it's so close to where we are that, you know, that might be part of the plan. That way people get wasted, they can call.
We're live. It's been going 14 minutes live. It's just streaming live.
Oh, has there been watching?
It's on YouTube. Yeah. I need to keep remembering that I'm live.
I didn't realize you were live.
Yeah.
Priknena.
This is you guys? You guys for yoga here or session or?
Huh?
Are you for yoga session? No?
Oh no. I'm sorry, but no.
Because I can see they're speaking English. So. Yeah. Nope. When I see the time.
No.
Although this is Croatia, so
Yeah.
maybe people are coming. it's right there.
I've had loads of messages today. Oh God, what if nobody comes?
Then you're...
I'm going to film it
It's just
live.
gonna be us. It'll just be us.
I'm still streaming live. That's fine. Oh my God. Everybody was messaging me today saying, oh, I haven't got a Mac. Can you take a Mac? Yeah, I'll carry it all. Don't worry, I'll carry it. I've got a head torch. And you can have one of these as well. Yeah. Yeah. Hi. I'm Jilly. Your name's Boyan. Boyan. I wasn't sure how to say it. Boyan. This is Forrest. This is Forrest. Ah.
Is it okay if I bring, if I have this like a half commercial t-shirt?
You can tell people about it if you like. Yeah, as well. Yeah. We're just waiting on people coming now. So I had lots of messages today and now I'm worrying nobody's going to come. The girls from the camp are definitely coming. We've got half a dozen of us. Ivana's coming. It said 40 people coming, but maybe Bulk can come.
Don't like cold weather.
Yeah.
Oh, they don't like cold weather. Do you think that's what it is? And this is cold today. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe. I guess it is colder than usual today, is it? This time of year?
Oh man. So.
I'm streaming live through YouTube, through that as well, but
I'm my photographer.
you know Melita.
There.
Who doesn't know
Famous photographer.
I just realised, thank you for the invite last night. I was busy preparing everything.
I know, but just to say, you don't miss it next time.
This is Forrest.
Hi.
Forrest, Melita. Melita.
And Jilly.
Jilly.
You look so bright.
Would you like some close-ups?
Why not?
You've got the same bats that I've got.
But that's the best ones, like both for bathroom and yoga.
I know, I said that.
I have the other one at home, you got some spare blankets.
I have some spare blankets.
Valjda, ne znam, ovo je opet, eto. A ovo mi je turistička, eto. Sad će mi na like Zadar staviti. Nadam se da će tu upadne mrak i da ne bude ono
I've been looking for hiking bags. Nema uopće slika publiku. Ili će neko reći mali razlog, veliki razlog, nema živjeti ovo.
Je, ovo se sad ne može, kazali smo taka isto neki nam bila. Da je Gabi vidjela da se puno mi onih sniješka, onako zoomirano, bez maske, ona je rekla ne mogu to stavljati slučajno. Jel odmah će neko provati što god da napravi, da. Da.
Oh, nice. But they're the only proper hiking boots. Yeah, they look sturdy as well. These are nice boots though as well.
rekao da je hladnije nego inače, ja sam rekao so.
You like glow band?
Ajme, da.
So that you can have a little bit of our energy.
Čak i jučer bilo u zavjetrini, ono tamo bilo na Bambua, došli mi, ali puhalo ništa, ali jahtinga zavjetrina kod je proliče. Čim ne puše vitar sunca, ako je odmah po stakleniku, odmah činali. Da. Čim se i da.
They asked, like, they talked about it.
Engleski.
Maybe not many. I had it
Ajde, tako je, baš
I'm not staying for yoga. I have my Croatian class of language.
Language, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, there they
doing a
are.
Croatian course in the evenings. Right. Got the catalogue
Come and get
up near there.
I'm white and
I'm on
black and
foot
white, and this maybe yellow would fit.
That's it. My husband came in with me this morning. He's left me. I'll get the bus this evening. Oh no, we came in by Brewster this morning. I've been looking now for hiking boots. Then I go to class. And then there's a bus. There's a bus. The only place I found was in the shoe shop on the city wall. Yeah. Not yet. I went to Intersport this morning. Intersport have 3 pairs of McKinleys. Yeah, but the ones in the shop in the city wall in the hotel have got 4 different pairs of Vibram soles. And I want Vibram. Vibram. So I'm having one of those.
kind of matches with your rose.
Yeah. Is there another place? They didn't. Nothing heavy. See, I like them because I've dislocated my ankle and it needs shoes that don't twist, that are solid.
Maybe Alpina.
Alpina. Maybe it was Alpina, not Igloo. You said Igloo. Maybe I was in up. I was in. I was in Alpina. Okay.
Just going to check the streaming live. It's fantastic. Yeah.
I was hoping
Actually,
for a sunset light.
I was hoping for a sunset light last night. At least it's not raining though. That's the one that's not raining.
We get like 1 week of beautiful sun.
Oh yeah. Apparently
Husband left me at
tomorrow.
Supernova. I've been round Supernova, been to Intersport, been to Decathlon,
Basically for hiking.
The actual winter solstice doesn't start until 1636.
Then we're fine.
have time.
Oh, we've time. We've time. I've just resigned myself to the fact it's going to start late and we'll wait for people to arrive. Well, Yeka's coming. Yeah, she said she was coming. Yeah. Hi. Good.
Yoga
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you can join. I have a spare mat. You can have a...
That is start. I'm in from Ukraine.
That's okay. Oh, we had some more from Ukraine the other day. Oh, we saw about 5, 10 minutes.
Super.
Yeah. Yeah, join us. That's it. That's how it works.
More the merrier.
Hey, yes. How are you? What's the
Ma komplikacije.
place?
Će biti lako ko si svi u kadru.
Yeah.
Ali ne možeš izdvojiti vaše...
You can be at the side.
Prije GDPR-a sam mogao bez problema, sad je nešto to azotna, ali i dalje.
Are you doing some mergers? Ah. Ready.
Koncerata i događanja ni sami da
Pa
pišu
je.
karti, da
You
će
can be photographs.
ne želi da dođe.
You know how to do it?
Secret life of Dalita.
Yeah, it's going to glow in the dark. So when it gets dark, it's going to with the glow in the
He's got
dark.
the torch.
Yeah, you can. And then I've got a head. I'm probably going to have a head torch on as well. Oh, you haven't met each other. If you like, usually I stay in those shoes.
Ladno za ovaj kamen je.
Pretty cool. You can stay in shoes if you like. I've just put my furry socks on because it would look ridiculous, but.
Pa ti je danas znači jedno opet nešto leđa, znaš? Nema li uopće pokušati.
How safe your
Baš smo rekla,
yoga class and everything you're
ali
doing?
nije baš na biciklu nešto. Dakle, ono, on ima osjećaj da će još se imati sve neka ostali ti. Ostali doma, naš, ono što ćete sad nagovarati.
I got those as well.
Monika sretni je. Planinarenje. Izlazak u planinu.
There you go. We have a group. We go every week. Oh yeah, that's me. Yeah.
Oh, we did. We met on the
That's
second.
me.
So he just sent me some.
And then Marietta's got that group as well. And what was your
Sorry, but I'm not so good understand the host speaker. Because
relax.
sorry, I'm learning everyday language, but I start to live. I live in Ukraine, so much.
Što s tobom?
Please start dressing. Kaže, ovo je na cijelu listu, da je to fijalka, da ušem, kaže, igra, ono nije dobro, onda je sivanja.
Hoćemo na dodatni još.
Like 3-4 minutes.
Ja sam se tako obukla, kratke rukavi, ovu malo debljiju.
Oh, hello. We're a little late starting. We're on Balkan time here, so we're a little late starting. So if you're watching at home, you can now sit down. We're going to be starting in a couple of minutes. So if you're at home, grab a seat. And we have plenty of room. So let me just get a proper seat. So. Yeah, I can't see who's on there, but I'm going to guess that it's some of my wild yogis. We are at the monument of the sun, monument to the sun in Zadar. Behind me is the sea organ, which you may be able to hear. So we are all here and ready. So grab your mat. If you're watching at home, you might not need quite the level of clothing that we've got on. But if you are joining, let's get a mat and. I'd made this big circle, but I'm thinking we can move everything in slightly. So apparently, let's get a bit cozier. Does somebody want this pink mat? That pink mat's there.
Yeah, Draghi, he said that he would like.
Yeah. I think that clashes with your red, Draghi.
That's what I said also.
It can't clash. So I'm just going to bring the circle in a little bit. And you can put your mats on the outside of these cones. So we're just marking some territory.
Outside.
Yeah, on the outside.
It's our territory.
I'm just going to move them in slightly. Yeah, actually have
Like
them like
horizontal.
that. Yeah, have them horizontal because we've got plenty of space. So, and if anybody wanted a blanket as well,
Do we have it?
yeah, there's spare blankets there too.
Are you doing yoga with Julie?
No.
I never
but
tried
like-
yoga.
going to join in after all for us?
Well, unless you want.
Oh, take some clips. Who's going to be there?
Nobody.
Somebody's going to show eventually. Ah. Did you want to join us?
You're welcome.
Oh. Is everybody okay to
Sorry, what's
sit for
your
a
name?
moment?
Banana. We can call her.
Banana. Like banana, but banana. Ah. Is everybody kind of warm enough? Yeah.
Not really, but we don't pretend we are.
Okay. Have a sit down. Have a. I call this bit at the beginning. We gather round the virtual fire. So imagine we've got a massive fire in the middle here, and the guys from are watching at home as well. It's a virtual fire. So we're going to imagine that we're all round a fire somewhere together, because one of the wonderful things about Zoom and YouTube is we can be connected wherever we are in the world. So, and then we warm our hands. This is what we do. We warm our hands against the fire. So we're all sitting around the fire. We're going to be toasting marshmallows later on. And then with the hands, once you built this little bit of heat in the hands, you can give yourself a rub down. So it's the winter solstice. And the guys from home will know I kind of do it in lots of weird and wonderful places, like around the world, or mostly in Croatia actually, it's been the last 2 years, is to be doing something to celebrate the solstice. Does anybody know what the word solstice means?
Yep.
Thought you would, wild man.
Yeah. Beginning of the winter and the shortest day, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Basically, that's it.
It's the shortest day today.
Yep.
And solstice actually means sol, comes from the word sol, and stis means still. So it's when the sun actually stands still. So and that's going to happen at exactly 4:36 this evening. So in about 20 minutes. In about 20 minutes.
Yep.
So rubbing down the back of the legs. So just getting everything warm. This is the important bit. It's part of it all. So now what I love about it is, about the solstice, is that it is the shortest day, but after that point, the light is coming back. Yes!
That's the truth.
And maybe, just maybe, if I can be hopeful, then that also means that the light might be coming back in the world as well.
For sure.
Yeah.
We have to be positive.
I mean, we have to be positive, but also I think, you know, it's always up to us. We have a choice, don't we? We have a choice whether we can
We do.
be consumed by the darkness that it appears that there's around us, or we can start to look for the light, and we can be the light. And my intention for you guys, because I feel I've been really welcomed to Zadar by a lot of beautiful souls. So my intention for you guys tonight is for us to bring a little bit of light to Zadar. So are you with me on that?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Absolutely,
We'll bring
yeah.
a little bit of light to Zadar. We're going to light up. And how do we do this? So yoga, there's a light within us all here. Oh, don't want to lose my globe necklace. There's a light within us all. And so we can shine our light out into the world. And if we all do that, then we can bring more light back to this world. So, you know, I know it for a lot of people, it's tough times, and I'm sending love to you if you're watching back home in the UK at the moment. There's tough times for a lot of people right now. However, my thoughts on this are, when it seems like around us, how do we respond when it seems like around us there's all darkness? We show up with more light. So that's what we're going to do. So let's just take a moment to arrive in this beautiful place. It's just starting to light up now, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Yeah, we timed it well after all. So let's just take a moment to arrive in our seat. The most important thing you know for this practice, or any movement practice, is that it should feel good. It should feel like light and love. It shouldn't feel like fear or darkness. It should feel nice. So you know that you've got it right. when it makes you smile, when it makes you go, ah, that's nice. It shouldn't be punishing, it should feel good. So let's rub the hands together. The movement should come from the
Oh,
heart.
they're here.
So what we do, I thought they wouldn't miss it. Can we shift you around? Steph's got her mat. Sammy, you can have that mat there if you like.
Yep. Hi guys.
So what we do in our movement practice is, you know, like when you do this, and let's just try that for a moment, right? I call this the good morning. It's kind of like a light warrior. When we do that, it's kind of saying, yes, I'm here, and you feel good, right? When you do this, it's like you're angry. When you do this, you're scared. So when we move, we want to embody what we want to take out into the world. Yeah? And I'm going to go with light warriors tonight. Yeah? Are we with... You've done a little bit with that with me this morning. I kind of work with the seasons, I work with nature, but I also work with what do I feel like we need in these times. And I feel like we need to be warriors of the light. That if some of us bring the light, we can lead the way for others to follow and be more like the light. So let's bring the hands down onto the knees and let's start to circle. I'm going to get you moving pretty quickly rather than us being still to start with. So we're going to get moving so we get warm. But this practice here is called a Sufi whirl. Oh, did you hear that?
Light and the sound.
The light and the sound. These are things that we know heal us. When we focus on the light, when we focus on all that is beautiful in nature, and when we come into our bodies, that's when we begin to heal not just ourselves, but each other and the planet as a whole. So close the eyes now and just tune in to your body and to this moment here. Allowing yourself to slowly arrive in your body with no attachment to how far you go, but just sensing what's going on within you and seeking out what feels good. You use this like a tuning in. You can ask yourself, how do I feel right now? How do I feel right now? And move in a way that it's like giving yourself the most delicious massage. Move in the way that love moves. Move in a way, it's like saying to your body, let me show you how I can fall in love with you. And let's change over the cross of the legs and go in the other direction. So my invitation for you tonight is to go slowly and just to feel the energy of where we find ourselves tonight, this beautiful place. Feel the energy of the solstice. And perhaps make a choice to stay in the light. Maybe even be a light for others. Let's slowly come to a stop. And let's just take the legs out in front. So just plant the feet down. So take the hands behind. We're just going to drop the knees side to side. So we're just going to gently warm up the body. So just feet planted. Just let the knees drop one way and the other. Now what we're not doing is just kind of mindlessly going hoo hoo hoo. Like really feel everything. Notice this rolling onto the foot and allow yourself to feel just how far you go naturally. My feet are filthy, don't look at them. And if this feels okay, you've got quite a lot of hip mobility, maybe you can take the hands off. The hands go in the opposite direction to the leg. And what we find is the body, it wants to move like this. Don't think about the shape that you're making, but rather think about how it feels. And now as we move, and we're all going to go the same way round with this, okay? So we're all going to go to the left with the knees. Going to bring the left hand behind, and we're going to spiral that arm around and just touch the shoulder. So we're going to spiral and go to the right. And spiral and go to the left. So can you feel this lovely, delicious twist in the spine? The body is not a machine, it's a plant. Imagine that. Everything should work together. Very natural movement. What yoga is, this is kind of yoga, is bringing the body back into a state of harmony with nature. That's simply it. Now let's take the legs out a little wide and just continue these spirals. Looking behind you. Ooh. And notice the feet turn in. And just notice, that's all we're doing. We're just going to the point of sensation. Maybe you can start to lift that arm up. And you don't need to go at my pace. You go for what feels good. And now the light warrior, what the light warrior is doing is it's not going inwards. It's not like, you know, some nostalgia sparkle. You're not in like this. You're trying to take up as much space as you can. And that's how you shine your light, is that we don't contract, we expand. Okay, swinging the legs behind now. Getting ready for action. We're tucking the toes under, placing your hands down. And then we're gonna tuck the toes, we're gonna sit back. You know, like cats and dogs get ready for action. Like they crouch and pounce. They are I often get asked, who are your gurus? You know, who are your yoga gurus? I don't believe in gurus really. I don't believe in lineage like that. It's an eco structure like that. But if I had influences or gurus, one of them would be nature, Mother Earth, and the other one is cats. Cats are gods. Yeah. They were back in Egyptian times, and it does not seem like they forgot that either, right? They're very well aware that they're
Superior beings.
Superior beings, yeah. I can't remember who it was that said it. I think it was either Dalai Lama or Eckhart Tolle said, I've met many enlightened beings in my life. All of them were cats. So we're going to get our paws. And cats kind of, before they go out hunting, they do this thing, it's called pandiculation. And it's like, you know, when you get up, you yawn and stretch. It's actually more effective than a static stretch, because that's about as far as I'd go. Whereas if I kind of reach, like chewing gum, we start to get the body nice and malleable. And cats do this to get warm. Now we're going to take it a little further. We're going to take the hands a little wider, and you're going to dig your claws in. Okay, have the middle finger facing straight forwards. Dig your claws in so you've got a little pocket underneath the hands. Okay, and then imagine pushing your claws forward, really digging them in, and then just lift the knees off. And just get a little bit bouncy and a bit pressy there. Yeah, you got that? About to lose my hat. Are you breathing? Are you smiling? They're my 2 rules, okay? If you can't breathe, you can't smile, you're going too hard. Good. Now slowly just start to take the feet a little wider. So we come to a squat. Okay. And then come onto the fingertips. And then we're going to get sneaky, just sneaking side to side. This one's called Ninja Warrior. So lift up the head and look forwards. And then you're going to lift off the toes, turn the feet out and bend the knees enough so that you can lift off the toes and really plant them down and look forward. And now lift the hands up. And then we're just going to sweep the arms. It goes whoosh, 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 whoosh. Sometimes I find sound effects are more kind of effective to use than words. You know, we all understand this, don't we? Okay, so just getting the body warm. The warriors start to wake up. So just get everything moving. Good, people start to warm up a little bit, right? Okay, we're going to take an inhale. We're going to bring the arms up above the head and we're going to exhale. Bring the hands down the midline of the body. Start to take the knees out to the side. Drop the fingertips down to the floor. Drop the head. Bring the hands and scoop up as if from the belly. Backs of the hands come together. And then we're going to open out. Do that again. So it's just like we're preparing the body. This sequence that we're going to do tonight, call it my Light Warriors sequence, to bring in the light for the winter. It's inspired actually by martial arts. So this stance that we're doing here, called horse stance, martial artists use this. And you'll notice martial artists, I think we could learn a lot from them right now. They're not really attacking, they don't need to attack to defend themselves because they're so strong in their internal power, which is here. Nobody'd mess with them. And that's kind of what we want to embody with the idea of a light warrior. You're non-violent, but you defend yourself if you need to. But you're not going to be on the attack. But if you've got that internal power from within, nobody's going to mess. Now we're going to bring the arms out to the side and we're going to bring the hands to that power center here. So the thumbs are together at your navel and the fingers are facing down towards the floor. Now with the legs, just take them wide enough. Take them wide enough so that you get gentle sensation between the thighs. Okay, and you want to make sure the thighs are tracking over the same line as the feet, but you can still see your toes. So how far the legs are apart depends on your body and depends on how it feels for you. And you can imagine you've got this like pendulum coming up out your bottom. And it's a really heavy anchor, and then you're going to anchor in. And then you're going to roll the shoulders back. We're going to hold here. Hands back to this is called the Dantian. This is like where our internal power is. So if we're relying on getting our power from outside of us, we're also always vulnerable because that could run out. It's dependent on others or it's dependent on other circumstances. But if we have our power coming from here, from within us, it's always there. Now, I don't know what you think, but I think at the moment, we've got to focus on ourselves, keeping ourselves strong, healthy, happy, so that we can withstand the forces around us. The martial artists, as part of their training, they stand in this position for 15 minutes. So I thought we'd try that tonight. You know I'm joking, right? I'm so predictable. Did you know I was joking?
I'm not sure.
You sounded dead serious.
I
understood.
My group at home, we did that 1 week. So they come on each morning with me, and 1 week we did like over 5 days. We built up to holding, but actually with the arms like this for 15 minutes. And what it does is it builds your internal strength, not just physical strength, but actually emotional muscle too. So you know, it helps you become more resilient. It also helps ground you. When we're in a position like this, and you can drop down a little deeper if you finding it easy, Okay, just make sure the tailbone's going straight down, and make sure you're open across the chest. And then let's take the arms up. Whew. Here's our light warrior. It's kind of our light warrior. But can you feel your thighs maybe starting to burn? Hopefully you can. And this kind of posture is called a grounding posture. So it takes us out of our busy heads into our bodies. So if you suffer from anxiety, just like going out into the mountains would do, brings you out of your head and into your body. An alternative is that you just dip your head in the water. But it's only the crazy ones do that, right? So here's our light warrior. Straighten legs. Did it build a bit of heat? Okay, right. Next movement. This is called an earth warrior. We're going to bring the hands back to just in front of your power center. It's like you gather in the power into here. Now you're going to bend your right leg. Right leg. Right leg. So usually you mirror me, but bend your right leg. Yeah, good. Now stick the bottom out. And then we're going to open out the arms. You maybe see me do this in winter. So this is a winter move. It's called the Earth Warrior. So the bottom sticks out, and then we go a bit deeper. Look down your left hand to your left foot. Stick the bottom out, keep the back straight, keep the head lifted, keep breathing, keep smiling. Make it look easy. That's the secret. Now we're going to come back into the center as we straighten that left leg. Okay, go on the other side. Taking a breath in, and as you breathe out, extend out the arms. We go super slow, sticking the bottom out. Looking down the left foot, down the left fingers, bottom out. Nice, breathe, smile, and make it look easy. Okay, back into the center. And breathe. Let's do it with breath. When you link the breath with the movement, you've maybe heard in yoga the term is vinyasa. Just means breath synchronized movement. So when we synchronize breath, like we inhale here, we bring the energy in, we exhale, we extend out. This has this magical effect on our brain chemistry. So it becomes like a move in meditation. And bit by bit, you can go further with this. You can go at your own pace. Breathing out to extend. Breathing in to gather the power within. Breathing out. This is where we're getting our energy from Mother Earth. We're grounded. Everything starts with grounding. When we're grounded, we feel safe. That's why spending time in nature is so good for anxiety. We tune into the earth energy. Okay, take the last one over to with the left arm up, the right arm down, whichever way around it is. And then come back to the center. Okay, our second move. Hands in the center. Just wriggle the toes so the feet are still moving. Next movement. So we're gonna go onto the right leg, bend in the right leg. You're gonna lift off your left heel and you're gonna pivot on that foot. With the hands, you're gonna take the left pinky and you're gonna bring it around in a circle. At the same time, you're pivoting on the back toe, the hips coming round and your right elbow's drawing back. Oh, hello, monument to the sun. Forgot you were there. And then when we circle back round towards the front, so the left arm comes over, we ground the foot down, we're going to change over the feet, turning the left foot out, right heel lifts, and then we circle around. So we've got that spiral, similar to in our warm-up, going on. Spiraling back round towards the front. Keep the spiral going. So you feel this delicious twist in the spine, also the organs get a massage, in particular the kidneys, which are weak in winter. So always wear stuff that's going to cover the kidneys in winter. Drink rose hip. Shipak. Shipak, is it shipak in there? Shipak. Shipak.
Yeah.
It's a word I learned this Sunday. Shipak is really, really good for us at this time of year for our kidneys. So now just start to flow a little bit. This one's called an eco warrior. So it represents, whereas the earth warrior is getting it's grounding down, connecting with the earth. Eco is representative as this organic structure or this organic process that is our evolution. If you've noticed the body, we aren't machines, we don't work in lines. I don't put us in lines, we're not like this, we're not robots. We work in arcs, spirals, and waves, and that's like life, right? Now maybe you can start to just find your own rhythm, moving from one side to the other. It's like the arms are cutting through water. And this reminds us, this movement, that rather than to force things, we flow. So feel the flow of the arms, feel the flow of the movement. Feel the water element in the body. So from earth, we had water. Yeah, you got it. Okay, hop the feet in and give everything a shake. Next one is my favourite one, I think. It's the wild warrior. Okay, this isn't actually, it's not in the original yoga scriptures because I made it up, but it's got a meaning to it. I like to do this one out in nature. So what we're going to do is we're going to bend the right leg and stick the bottom out. With the left foot, you're going to turn it out. So now the feet are making more or less a right angle. Now stick the bottom out, bring the hands in front of the dantian, you feel your power there. And then we're going to open the elbows out, turn the palms towards the front. Imagine you're on a surfboard, look down your left elbow, and then draw the elbows open. And this is called a wild warrior. Strong back, soft front, wild heart. Or also known as do no harm, take no shit. Yeah? It's like, I've got an open heart, but I've got strong boundaries. You know, it's like, okay, I'm all love and light until you attack me. And then you're gonna know about it. Yeah? That's the wild warrior, right? Okay, let's change sides. Bring the hands in. So all the movements represent something. And for me, I feel like this is what we need for these times. It's like having an open heart, but also, to a certain extent, we've got to protect ourselves and we've got the right to. And sometimes having boundaries is the most compassionate thing we could do. Looking after yourself. But also the wild warrior represents your wild heart. Everybody's got a completely unique heartbeat. Did you know that? We've all got a completely unique heartbeat. We're all completely unique. So the wild warrior also represents, I call it dancing to the beat your own drum. So life isn't really, it's not all like playing, you know, surfboard, is it? It's like the wind comes along. So just move around in this, make it a little bit wilder. Go make some shapes and move the arms and move everything around in a way that feels nice. And I know that at this point often people stop and watch. We've been having this on the beach this week, haven't we? So people stop and watch and they just kind of stare. That's when you go sillier, even sillier, and then make them wonder what you're doing. That's my thoughts on it. Let's change over sides. So turn the right foot out, bend in the left leg, stick the bottom out. Whoosh. So back leg's bent, left leg's bent, right leg straight. Bottom out, so right leg straight. Yeah. We're on a surfboard. Yeah. Does anybody like surf? I miss surfing. You can't surf in Croatia, can you?
No, there's no such kind of waves.
I think last time I went was Greece. And... Okay, so we should be getting sensation. It should feel nice. It should feel like, remember, move in the way that love moves rather than moving in the way that fear moves. And here comes the waves. So that's the Wild Warrior. And the Wild Warrior, the hands come back round to centre. We come back through our horse stance. And then the last one, Light Warrior. Yay, we're here, open-hearted, ready to receive the light. So you're grounded. You maybe notice that legs are a little, a bit more sore than, or worked a bit harder than you thought. Jump the feet in, give everything a shake out. And then we put the 4 things together. Oh, that's a bit wonderful, isn't it? You ever have those moments you forget where you are? I don't know if like digital nomads have this as well. Sometimes I wake up and go, oh, what am I doing in Croatia again? Not that I regret it any day at all. Okay. So, we're going to put this together, make it into a moving meditation. We're going to start horse stance. And on the belly. So strong. So we want strength and stability in the lower body, freedom and flexibility in the upper body. Yeah, that's the balance that we're going for. And you want to feel like you take up as much space as you can. And then smile, relax the shoulders, open the heart. Imagine you got these like yellow smiley, we'd probably call them emoticons now, wouldn't we? But back in the day, with the rave patches, remember them? Remember the yellow ones? Imagine you got those on under your armpits and make them smile. You know what I'm talking about, right? Shift the weight from side to side. Maybe take the legs a little wider, build in a little bit more strength. So let's bring the hands into the center. So we're going to shift the weight onto the right foot, right foot, right foot, right foot. Bend the right leg, open the arms out. Earth Warrior. Go down low, extend out. Chest low to the floor. Okay, now bring the hands back through center, straighten the legs. Nice and slow, you're a martial artist. Turn the right foot in, left foot turns out. Guide the right hand across. So you're going left leg, sparring round. This back foot, you pivot on that foot. Keep sparring round. As you get to turn and look behind you, maybe you can drop that back knee down to the floor. Okay, sparring back round towards the front. This right arm is going to, imagine the elbows being lifted up towards the sky. Plant the back foot, bend your right leg, Wild Warrior. So the elbows draw open, strong back, soft front, wild heart. Bringing the hands back into the center. Light Warrior, open to the light. Whoosh. Bringing the hands back in. Bending the left leg. Sending it out, breathing out, extend the breath. Make the breath as long as you can. Breathing in, hands come together, shift the weight onto the right leg. Turn the right foot out, left foot in. Spiral round, going that way round. So you should all be facing the same way. Right, elbows roll back. Maybe that back knee drops down towards the floor. And then spiral back round towards the floor. Round the left foot down, Wild Warrior. So left leg bent, right leg straight. Look to the right and to the person to your right. Open the elbows out, open your heart. Bring the hands back through center. And open out. Light Warrior, breathe in the light of the winter solstice. Breathing in. Hands come together. Breathing out. Right arm up, left arm down. Right knee bent. Stick the bottom out. Chest down low. Each time we're going further and further. Hands come together. Right foot in, left foot out. Sparring round. Arm cuts through the water. Maybe that back knee comes down. How slow can you go? The slower you go, the more strength and stability it takes. Wild Warrior, right leg bends.
Stick the bottom out, go down low, surf it, come back through center. Open the arms out, light warrior. Breathe in the light of the sun. The light is returning. Hands come in. Left knee bends. Go down low. Hands come back towards the dantian. Grab your power from your center, turn towards the right. Left arm cuts across. Go slow, slow, slow it right down. Look right over your right shoulder, maybe even dropping the right knee down. And spiral back. Wild warrior. Looking along the right foot. And the back leg straight the front. Coming back in towards the center. Which way we're going? This way? Right arm up, left arm down. Last round. Can you go lower? Can you go slower? Can you take up even more space to the left, around you? Move through it slowly. Remember to lift off that back heel. See if you can spiral even further round. Round towards the front. Open up. Wild warrior. This continuous movement, maybe you thought yoga was light warrior. Holding poses, it's actually more beneficial. Like animals don't, you know, go and hold a stretch for a minute and 3. You move. It's called continuous movement, continuum movement. The nervous system recognizes it as nature. Spiraling round. Okay. Coming back to center. Hold the arms up. Take up as much space as you can. How spacious do you feel? You should breathe in. Feel as if everything inflates right down to the fingertips. If you can close the eyes and steady yourself, then do. Feel how rooted you are into the earth beneath you. Feel the flow of the water energy in and around whole body. Fire in the belly, the light in the heart, the clean air going into the lungs, clearing the mind, and all that infinite space around us. And slowly just release the arms down by the sides. Just take a moment. The eyes closed, if you can manage with the eyes closed. And just notice like what's going on inside your body. Can you feel everything flowing, but hopefully calm? Let's hop the feet in. Oh, you're feeling okay? Oh, doesn't that look magical? Okay. Let's have a little bit of fun. So balancing should just be fun. This is a balance called the star. One of my students, I often learn from my students as much as kind of I learn from, say, other teachers. But one of my students said we should all follow our own star, and I feel that means following our own heart. So this is a star, and it's not maybe like a star that we've maybe done in yoga before. You know, as I said, we're not our body's not linear, life's not linear. It's not like, we don't want to be strong like that, but we want to be strong everywhere. So this is gonna be a wild start. We're gonna call this a wild start. So we're gonna step onto the right leg and just balance yourself on your left toe. There. Okay, so if you can spread out the toes of that right foot, and then let's just play around with lifting that leg. So we want to feel like the right leg is just rooted into the earth. Good. And then we're going to start to open out the arms. Now the important thing is with this is you keep breathing. I can almost like feel that suspended animation when people hold and move. And what we're going to do with this is we're just going to make it as big as we can. And then the wind comes along, which it does. And so, wind comes along, you start to wobble. Now this, for me, this is working the core more than any kind of sit-up would do, because your core is actually your whole body, so the whole body has to stabilize. But we want to make it so it is unstable. There's a saying in skiing, which is, if you're not falling over, you're not trying hard enough. So we want to get to the point where you topple. Then once you've toppled, you know that, well, that's the worst that's going to happen. So you get back up again. So let's go until the point we can topple. So, reaching out. So not just on one plane, but imagine the wind's coming along. Has anybody but me toppled yet? And are you breathing? Can you smile? Now let's all make one big shape, one big start. So take an inhale, hands come in, and as you exhale, reach everything out, open everything out. Just take up as much space as you can around you. Good. Now drop that left leg down, left leg, bring it behind you. Drop the right arm down and bring the right arm over the top, so we're feeling length in the side. It's just to balance this out. Good. And then release the arm down. Let's go to the other side. So step onto the left leg. Lift the right leg up. So get your balance first. So you're gonna feel like you're steady and stable on that left foot. The right foot's just starting to lift. You get your balance and then extend everything out. So this is easy, right? You know, we're just holding it like ever. But life's not like that. Stuff comes along and you've got to be able to balance there, 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 everywhere. Sometimes something's going to come along from the right and knock you over. And then you want to be able to get back up. That's movement. It's not just practicing. Oh look, I'm great at that. Oh, brilliant. But can you stand on a paddleboard? Okay, let's take one big one now. Breathing in, breathing out. Take up as much space as you can. Open the arms, open the chest, reach out, make a giant star. Can we hold it and smile? Good, bring the right leg behind, left arm down. And hang out. Just breathe into that right side of your body. Okay. Open the arms out. Open the legs out. Take the feet so they're parallel. Keep inching the feet wide. Take the hands into the hip creases. So we're just going to release a little bit from here. So you're going to draw the elbows back, really open up your chest, stick the bottom out and just wriggle your toes. So the weight's in the heels as you go down, the back straight, just look forward to start with, to get your balance, and then bring the fingertips down to the floor. Now once you get here, you can choose how far apart the legs are. So, and how do you choose that? You don't want them to strain. So the minute you feel strain, bend the knees a little bit or bring the feet back towards each other. You want to get gentle sensation in the inside of the thighs. Bring the hands down to the floor. For some of you, if it's available to you, you may be able to come down to the forearms or maybe with the head down. And don't strain to get there. It's just if it's comfy to hang out there. Once you're down,
Once you're down, you can bring your weight into the balls of the foot and just notice how that changes it slightly. So don't strain. If anything starts to shake, you've gone too far. You don't want to feel anything contract, you just want it to feel really, really, really delicious. Like, oh, that's so nice, like you've just gotten into a warm chocolate bath, kind of nice. Good, now slowly lifting the head, walk the feet in towards each other. Let's come down onto the knees. And sit back onto the heels. Take the seat down and bring the legs around in front. Just open the legs out. Just a comfortable distance apart. So we're gonna just play around with a little spiral just to end on, just nice and slow. So the arms are going to be out in front. We're going to spiral them to the left. So just tap your left leg. I know sometimes I get you to mirror me, so but today, left leg. And we're going to take the left arm behind and we're going to bring the right arm round. And we're just going to spiral them up behind you. So the feet are going to turn in. Just go to wherever feels nice with this. And you can play around with how that feels. Now you can slightly look forward just to get an idea of what we're doing here. Is your back leg now is just going to draw in. And then you're just going to bring it over the top. You're going to spiral the arms back around towards the front, towards the middle. Take hold of your right leg with your left arm and the right hand comes behind you. And look over your right shoulder. And maybe you can close the eyes. If that feels okay, you can bring your left arm and just bring it over the other side of the leg, and then you can spiral your way a little further round. Okay. Now lifting this left arm up in the air, just looking forward, and bringing that arm behind you with the right leg. Just extend it out and open it up. Spiraling the hands round towards the right now, just keep moving round. Let the feet turn in, so you're going to get this lovely, it's not movements that you would usually do in modern life, and that's kind of the point. We want to mix up and scramble our old patterns of movement so that the body finds its way back into its natural state. Just go to wherever feels nice. From here, just dragging your back knee in, whoosh, sending it over the top, landing both sit bones down, and then bringing the right arm and wrapping it around the left leg. The left arm goes behind you, looking over the shoulder. Just go to a place that feels nice. Remember, movement should be nourishing, not punishing. This type of movement where it's a healing modality. Love your body and it'll love you back. You can go a little further, maybe the arm comes across a little further. And then you can just use this as a little bit of leverage. So as you push against the thigh, it's going to leverage your chest to open.
releasing that arm now. This left leg, bring it across in front and just bend the right leg behind you. You can shift back onto your mat if you like. And just one last movement before we start to rest and wind down. The left hand's going to come behind, the right arm goes whoosh, across the horizon. Whoosh. And now you're going to push down into the left hand and you're going to lift off the hips. And here we're going to open up to the light. So pressing the hips forward, lifting your heart and your hips up towards the sky, open the armpit, extend out into as much space as you can. Take some deep breaths, breathing in the light into the body. And then exhale and release down. Take the hands behind and then change over the legs. Okay, ready? Fire the arm along. Bring the right hand behind. Pushing down into the right hand. As you push the earth away, that's going to lift the hips up. And reach up and open everything up. Breathe. Space into the body. And then exhale, releasing the hips down. Now crossing this left leg in front. Can we just sit with the legs crossed? Going to walk the hands forward just to wherever they go and release the head down. Don't be competitive about it. If you only go so that your fingers are on the floor, then that's okay. Just see where you land. Breathe into wherever you get sensation and accept this is where I am right now. Slowly lifting the head. Let's change over the cross of the legs. So get right up on your sit bones. I find it helpful with this one just to get like the flesh out from underneath my ass and go, ooh, peel it out, and then walk the fingertips forward. And just releasing down. Remember, don't give yourself a hard time. Let's go, this is where I am right now. Slowly lifting up. You're going to take the legs around to the right. I'm not going to have you lying down for too long tonight because we're going to head over to the sea organ in a moment. But we're just going to do some gentle fascial release from here. So first of all, we're going to do some rocks back and forward just to get some blood flowing. You can tickle the toes, take the feet above the head, come up to seated. So just see. This is very anti-aging, this one. Suddenly everybody puts in more effort. Yeah. Oh, love it. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, I'm actually 108. I've been doing this a while. Actually, the reason I think it's anti-aging is because it makes you feel like you're 6 years old. Now, once you get down to the floor, place your feet down onto the floor, open the arms out wide, and just gently drop the knees side to side. Now, I know it's a little cool on the floor. We're not going to stay here for too long. But my invitation for you is to just see what the body needs out of this. So the knees are bent. Just see how your body wants to move. So like you're massaging the body against the earth. This is one of the most useful practices you could do for your body. When we tune into the earth's resonance, the body calms, but it finds this way to heal itself, to self-stabilize. Just see what your body wants. Maybe you want to take the legs up in the air, give them a shake. Maybe you want to take a happy baby. Let's see what your body wants. Massaging your back against the earth, shoulders. And then when you're ready, just rocking up to seated. I'm gonna start to kind of come into a state of meditation now, and as we're gonna head over to the sea organ in a moment, but I'm just gonna invite you to close the eyes as we just go back to these Sufi worlds, and just, you can close the eyes, or you can you believe where we are? Just at that moment again, look where we are. And just circling round. So on the winter solstice, it's a good time to release some of the old and start to, we sometimes refer to it as the rebirth. So it's like the birthing of new ideas. So as we go over to the sea organ, what we'll have done in this session, maybe without you realizing it, we might release a lot of the old stuff. That's what we're doing with this kind of movement, is releasing out old stock energy. But as we move over to the sea organ, you might just want to take the time and the space and just let the sound kind of infiltrate all your cells, the vibrations heal us. Or you might want to set an intention for that time as well, and that might be to, I want to be a light in the world, for instance. And then just to let the sound kind of wash over you as you think about what you're wanting to rebirth for the future. And it could be something that's very specific and physical in your life. New love or job or move. It could be more balance in your life, more peace in your life. It could be a feeling or sensation. Or it could be, what would, for you, being a light in the world, what would that mean to you? Let's change over the direction. Yeah, thanks for that, guys. Real funny. So if anybody's short of a blanket, I think there's maybe one over there for you to take, but shall we move over to the sea organ? I can hear it in the background, but it's going to be even better when we're close by. Yeah. It has this really lovely effect on us. If you've ever done a sound bath. I knew this would come in handy. Use it in two contexts since I've been here. Night hiking and this, neither of us which I expected to do. That in my hand, I think. I'm hoping it stays on. So yeah, we've just got another 10-15 minutes but by the sea organ. Hello, if you're watching at home, I'm hoping you're not going to cut out signal wise, but look at this. So I just want to show you this. How magical is that? It's a monument to the sun. And this place that we're heading over to now, so the monument to the sun is about our communion with light. Are these the planets here?
Exactly.
I didn't know that bit.
Considering to the sun, the size of the sun, size of the Mercury.
That's Mercury.
Venus.
Venus. Venus
Earth.
goes into retrograde today.
Yeah,
I know
so
that.
Comparing Earth is that big comparing to the sun.
Wow. Oh, these are the size of the planets, so we get a.
Mars and then later on.
we get a sense of perspective of the size of the planets, how they relate to the sun. And what's this one? This is Mars, is it?
No, no, Mars was the small
That
one
one.
there.
Who's this?
And this one, just a second.
Uranus?
Just a second.
Uranus is pretty big. That's my little joke.
Jupiter.
Jupiter.
And a little
Jupiter.
bit Saturn over there.
So I think it's still filming here.
I know.
Where is your one?
Anywhere you like. Oh, thank you. Did you bring my thingy over? Maybe we should all huddle together. Stay warm.
Yeah.
So the traditional way to meditate is with the legs crossed, but if it's not comfortable for you, then it's not useful. So you can also just sit on the edge or with your back against the wall. The best way to meditate is for the spine to be straight so that the energy flows and you've got, which is basically the blood, oxygen, nutrients to the brain. So however you sit, just make sure that your spine is long. And you know, meditation isn't about thinking about nothing. You can meditate on something. So you can have a specific thought in your mind or subject. You can just listen to the sound of the waves. You can count. Or you can use the fingers as well. If you have a busy mind, this is a really nice one to do, which is, and it's called Satanama. So it's forefinger and thumb together, middle finger and thumb, ring finger and thumb, little finger, and it goes sa, ta, na, sa, ta, and this represents the cycle of birth, life, death, rebirth, cycles in nature, cycles within us, in the universe. It just helps steady your mind until you're in a place where your mind is less active.
body now into how it feels. If you're feeling nice, the energy that you want to keep hold of, then take the tip of the thumb and the forefinger together on each hand and just press gently. What that does is it seals in this vibration, this energy, this frequency that we've built up tonight through the light, the sound, the movement, and just our collective energy together. Most of all, our connection to nature is what lifts our frequency, our vibration, our energy. Maybe you can feel that right now. Can you feel this subtle energy, life force in you? It's a little different to when we began. It's what keeps us strong, healthy and happy. No matter what waves are coming in. So I invite you now to bring the hands together. Keep the eyes closed, but rub the palms together as fast as you can. Keep rubbing the hands, build as much heat as you can with the hands. Rubbing. Now pick the hands over the eyes and just let the eyes be bathed in the heat from the hands. And as you slowly take the hands away from the eyes and open out the fingers, blink the eyes open and see all the magic of nature around us. And bring the hands down to the heart. And so that may the long time sun shine upon you.